Okay, I'm getting a ton of questions here on Twitter and all over, and I think it's a fair question. It's in regards to the bout between. Hold on, I gotta do some going into my office now to start some work. Like I said, though I'm not doing my podcast, I'm still working. In response to Canelo Alvarez, his fight May 7th against Dimitri Bivol. Okay, and the idea is this. Will that fight with Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol be in some support for Russia? We know that Russia is invading Ukraine as we speak, okay? So the idea is this. Should the Canelo fight with Dimitri Bivol be canceled? And there's other sports who are stopping events to, I guess, not to have an impact on the financial support towards Russia, okay? I think it's a fair question. We all know that Bivol is a Russian native, born in Russia. That's his home. And Canelo Alvarez and they will be fighting May 7th. So this is my response. If you guys want to know where I stand, my response is this. What was it, 1936? Joe Louis, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Joe Louis was seen as a symbol of black liberation, okay? We all know how African Americans were treated back around that time. The Ku Klux Klan, just horrible crimes against the black race. And the Ku Klux Klan was a symbol, representation of the idea of Nazi Germany, really, okay? Same kind of idea. Now, Max Schmeling was a fantastic fighter, ranked number as a contender, ranked 2 as a contender for James Braddock, okay, when he was champion. Max Schmeling was a symbol of Nazi Germany. He fights Joe Louis, okay? The first fight, knocking out Joe Louis in the 12th. Joe Louis was 24-0 undefeated. First fight he lost was against Max Schmeling. Langston Hughes said that when he walked out into the streets of Harlem, grown men were crying like babies, okay? We all know about the World War II. Hitler sent Max Schmeling wife flowers after Max Schmeling defeated Joe Louis. I want to say this. The impact of that fight. They fought 2 years later on American soil, Yankee Stadium. They fought again, okay? And Joe Louis knocked out Max Schmeling in the first round, which symbolized black liberation, symbolized one for the team, America knocking out Nazi Germany. Was the idea then? Is it still now? And I would like to know how you guys feel about this. That fight and that impact, should that have not been done because of financial support for Nazi Germany in fighting Max Schmeling? I would like to know how you guys feel about this in the comments, because that can help determine how you guys see the fight with Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol May 7th. The whole world know about Russia invading Ukraine. Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol, do you see that as only financial support towards Russia and it should be stopped? Or does it resonate with you in more of a way that people viewed the Joe Louis versus Max Schmeling fight? When two fighters fight in the ring and they war with each other in the ring, there are many reasons why they gain support from their fans and their supporters. And a lot of it is your demographic support, okay? because you're the same race as I do, represent the same culture as I do. I find similarities in, for whatever reason. When these fighters fight in the ring, many times it represents that. Cooney versus Larry Holmes, Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard. We know, like I said, the United States government and Panama had a very strained relationship at the time because of the sanctions. And Sugar Ray Leonard was speaking like this one is for the American government, while Duran was representing the Panama people. So, look, it's up to you. It's up to the fans. My position is this. Boxing has many times symbolized that war or grudge or friction between two groups of people, okay? And like I said, this is not the first time. This will not be the last time. This is not the only time. For me, in the cusp of this very stressful invasion, Russian invasion, this very stressful time, fights like this seems to surface. When the smoke clears, or before the smoke starts in the ring, your perception of the fight is on you and it's allowed, okay? For me, as a boxing analyst, a bit of a historian, my only position is this. I've seen this before, and it's something that's a bit of a norm. Showbiz, well, don't. Let me know how you all feel in the comments below. I'm out.